get that going. Okay, all right. Listen, everybody, here's that sound again. And that's the sound of another episode of the Ultra Crude Podcast. I'm your host, John, and with me as always, the fabulous BMFJ, coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, in the ultra running, living life sort of world. Yeah. Talking about everything that goes on the trails to and fro, just kind of what we're experiencing.
Yeah.
As we navigate being race directors, coaches, life partners, and ultra runners.
Woo! Yeah, especially during this time of Nashville's 2006 Iceageddon.
26?
Yeah. Is that what it said?
Nope. I mean, to be fair, you said most of it.
Oh, well.
You're about 20 years early on your date.
That's where we are. It's been a weird week.
It's been, yeah. Hey, listen, the sun is up today. It has been a challenging week, but the thing I've come to find out is that weeks are challenging. Yeah. It's just going to kind of be challenging, and you've got to develop a set of tools where you can ride that out and come through the other side of it, maybe even a little bit stronger, if not a little worse for the wear. So the sun is up. The sun is always going to come up. Just give it time. You're going to have sunshine again. And, you know, how you operate, who you are on the other side of the storm is going to be dictated about how you operated and who you were while enduring the storm.
I think I was all right enduring the storm. The aftermath, not so much.
What's going on, Jones? What's wrong with the aftermath of the storm?
Oh, I mean, I'm just tired. My body hurts. Doing all the moving of stuff the past few days and the floor stuff. Definitely the moving.
Well, Becca B got to working this weekend.
The carrying all the shit up and down the stairs, moving stuff around. There were lots of things that happened. And, you know, I was trying to be mindful because my body's getting back to feeling good from all that Epstein-Barr virus shit. So to not overdo it.
Your mind was telling you no, but your body was telling you yes.
Yeah, it was actually like feeling pretty good. I definitely feel it today.
I don't know if there's any.
My mind,
yeah.
But my body,
that's it. Yeah.
It's my body's telling me yes. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so there was just a lot of that. And definitely, my water's ready.
It's a good thing you got that hydrogen water. Was that the damn thing making all that racket?
Yeah.
That weird. Show the people what you got. For those that are watching on the YouTube or watching the video, Becca Jones has purchased a new water bottle, a water solution device. This not only
hydrogenates.
What it does is it's USB rechargeable. So you put water in this bottle and then it puts bubbles in it, from what I can tell, and changes it a different color. Or maybe that's just a light on the bottom.
It's a light on the bottom.
And then you drink that water, and that water is better for you than any other water.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to help with inflammation and all sorts of things. It's like drinking very oxygenated, hydrogenated water. I don't know. There's some science behind it. I knew it more when I read up on it, but
water 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, though. It's doing things. It's got that little electromagnetic plate in the bottom. It's doing its science.
I've got Fresca. Fresca has got everything you need in it. It's got electrolytes. It's got flavor. It's delicious. You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
I drink about 7 or 8 of these a day.
He does. It's an expensive habit.
I go from coffee to Fresca. And I drink about 6 ounces of water in the morning. And right before I go to bed, I drink another 4 ounces. And that's almost overly hydrated.
I don't know that you're as hydrated as you think you
are. Overly hydrated.
We'll see.
So hydrated by this rotation of fluids.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb. All of you. But you're dumb.
Well, we had a busy weekend, I think is what Ms. Jones is getting at.
Yeah, you did all the painting.
We did, yeah. Yeah, so we're getting ready to make the big move out to the farm. And we're just renovating and refinishing some spaces.
Yeah. Which going from, having our own space to about 400 square feet is a kitchen, living room, and then there's a bedroom on the side.
Yeah, we're missing a little bit of space, but you know what? It ain't no big deal.
But we got almost 50 acres to run and do the things. Yeah, we'll be all right.
You know what? Yeah. So I was doing painting. Painting's my job. Mm-hmm. And it's funny. You posted that picture of me. I reshared that picture with the quote, Jack of all trades, master of none, which is kind of fun. I don't know if you know that there's another half of that quote. Have you seen that? Mm-mm. Jack of all trades is a master of none, but still better than a master of one.
Ooh, okay.
And so, yeah, it just gets me thinking. And I am very fortunate. I think one of my, I don't know, better attributes, or one of the things I am constantly looking for, is seeing where the pieces of the puzzle fit together. And I am very fortunate in this world, in this age, in this noise and focus on hyper specialization. Everybody wants you to be the best. If you're doing one thing, forget everything else and be the best at that one thing. Do this thing till you're the best at this thing, be the best in the world. And not for nothing, like, there's only one person that's the best in the world at any one thing. I am not the best painter,
but you're a damn good painter.
But I know which end of the brush to get wet. You know what I mean? And so painting isn't a big task for me. And so I've never really, I'm not great at any one thing. I'm not bad at a lot of stuff. I might be pretty good at one or two things, but I ain't great at none of it. And I'm okay with that, because it has allowed my life to take shape in a certain way and has given me experiences and abilities. And I think if we're so focused on just getting good at one thing, one area in your life, you're going to forget that you can be bad stuff and it's okay. Like nobody's going to come for you.
Yeah, I love being bad at things.
You can try different things and you can branch out and have different experiences, and those different things and experiences open up to different experiences. And it was in the moment I shared that and I reposted it, and I went immediately back, because like I said, I'm always looking for how those pieces of the puzzle all fit together. And I don't know if I've shared this story with you, but I was in a small group, and the man that was my small group leader, who would become my boss all through high school, and owned it. He was a contractor, and he asked if I wanted to work for him that summer. I was, I don't know, 15 years old. Am I boring you?
No.
And, I said yes. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, that sounds like a win. Hey, I didn't have to go looking for a job. I got a job. It's pretty good money for a 15-year-old. And that is how I learned all of these other things. It's how it opened the door for all these other skill sets. It allowed us to build the pavilion last summer. And it's allowing us to work at the house and do the things we need to do there, because I gained all of that experience. What I didn't know when I said yes to that is that night while I was gone, my neighbor came and knocked on the door. He owned an HVAC company 2 doors down. And he came to find me to ask me if I wanted to work for him. And had I been there, I probably would have said yes.
Yeah.
But I was off saying yes to this other opportunity. Now, had I said yes to that would have been a wonderful career.
Oh yeah, it's good money.
Like HVAC guys are getting it. You know what I mean?
They are.
But that is a specialized, narrow focus field. Mm-hmm. And while I would have probably gotten really good at being an HVAC technician, mm-hmm. and had a high ceiling in that world, instead took this job as a contractor with a carpenter, where I learned a wide array of things and skills and experiences. And that allowed, it's allowed me to exist today in a way that I would not have been able to. Like I've made ends meet, being a handyman and doing odd jobs, and, building pavilion and painting rooms and doing things that I knew how to do, picking up skills from 20 years ago or 30 years ago, yeah, 35 years ago, because I wasn't focused on being the best or being hyper focused on one thing. Like I think all of the attention and noise tells us to be, right?
Yeah.
And it was through that experience where, we were connected with a mission out in Arizona. There was a big forest fire came through, I think in the early 2000s. And they said, hey, do you want to come out for a week and cut down trees? Now, I had never ran a chainsaw before, but I was a strong, able-bodied man without a lot going on. And they said, hey, come out, we're going to cut down trees. And so I spent a week in Arizona cutting down trees, mm-hmm. which has allowed me the experience and confidence to run a chainsaw on our farm and clear our trails and do that sort of thing. And had I not done that thing, had I not said yes to that opportunity, which was scary and new, and I didn't really have any experience doing it, fortunately, I had guys there that instilled confidence in me, looked after me, taught me what to do, how to do it right, and gave me that experience. I can now apply that experience to our lives today, as opposed to being a bumbling idiot and really afraid to cut my leg off with a chainsaw.
Which I do want to say, I am very, very grateful for all the skills that you have acquired. I don't know, sometimes I tell you like, oh yeah, you're going to do that. But like,
well, that's the thing.
I am very grateful that I'm not having to scour through Nextdoor and Facebook and, hey, who can do this job, and worrying about some random person showing up. And if they are, a crook are decent, you know. If
Scoundrels out there before.
Yes. So I am truly grateful for that.
Yeah, I'm incredibly grateful for it in my life because it allows me to do things where otherwise you wouldn't have the confidence to do. I can do things that I have never done before because I've learned a certain set of skills in other areas that I know I can apply.
But I do want to say, like, as a woman, like, I'm grateful that my man can do shit.
Well,
like, I can be like, hey, I fucking want this, and like, you'll make it happen.
Yeah. Well, and I thought about that, and I don't know, it's gonna shift direction. So I've got something on that. I want to finish this up. So I would, if you are in a position to give somebody an opportunity to do something that they don't have the experience to do that thing. Like if you're an adult, male or female, if you're a boss, you're an employer, if you need help with something, like give people the opportunity to learn a new skill or expose them to a new skill so that they can expand their tool set and footprint in life. So that they might not need it for 5 or 10 years. They might not have it for 15 or 20 years. But one day they might be able to use that experience. And I think instead of, going out and finding somebody that has all the experience in the world and is the best at that position, if you're an employer and you're looking to fill a position, I mean, how great it is to find the best candidate for that position that has all the experience in the world, but how much better is it if you have the bandwidth and opportunity to hire somebody that doesn't have a lot of experience there? Maybe it's totally new for them, but you see the skill set in another area. They're strong and capable. Like, give them a chance.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, well, it might not have worked out with the person that was the best either.
That person could suck.
They could suck as a person,
yeah.
But they could just be using that in the interim to find something better. Yeah. Because that is typically what happens when you are wanting to be the best and do better and be the best and gain traction and get to the top of your pyramid. You're going to keep
people only stay in a position 2 to 3 years, and then they apply somewhere else, and they keep moving up.
It doesn't matter what it is. You might need help. You might need, a volunteer, whatever. Like, if you have the power and ability to give somebody an opportunity to do something they've never done before, do that. And then if you are given an opportunity to do something you've never done before, do that. I was given an opportunity to take people backpacking out in the wilderness. You know what? I'm not the best at it, but I can make sure you don't die.
That's...
And grateful for those things in my life because they happen for me because I pay attention to it. And this is the other side of it, is you have to pay attention to these things happening. You will see how your life is being shaped and how it is going on a path.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's come up for me in my life in a lot of different ways and kind of how my life has been shaped and what I've had going on. I always want to say yes to things. I always, even if it's something I don't necessarily want to do, or I know I don't know how to do it. And I'll tell you, I got no fucking idea, but let's do it. If you're willing to teach me and if you're willing to take the time and guide me or give me an opportunity for growth, like, I want to do it, and I only have to do it once. It's not anything you have to keep doing. You don't have, just do it one time. And I encourage people to do that, especially, let's say if it comes to a race and they're like, oh, well, I've never done anything like that before. I'm nervous to just do it. You may love it or you may hate it. You may say this type of terrain is not for me, or this type of racing is not for me, or I don't want to do this kind of weather or whatever, but don't avoid those things and don't turn down those opportunities because you may really find something that you love in that.
Right. Like, you don't have to be a good bowler to join a bowling league.
Nope.
Like, you can just sign up and have a good time. It'll be all right.
Yep. It's okay to not be good at things.
Well, I think there's so much fear in not being good at things and being judged. But I think the more important thing for me is to build your skill set so that you actually have tools to sit that will, can go in a toolbox and fill it up instead of just, a screwdriver rattling around in there.
Yeah. No, I'm grateful for you and your tool sets.
Well, that's the thing. And this brings it back because there's this other, I kept thinking about this while I was working painting. There is this concept of being equally yoked. I don't know if you've heard that before.
Yes.
Equally yoked. And people should be equally yoked. Partners should be equally yoked. And it comes from, oxen, mule teams, when the yoke was the thing that attached them to the plow and it attached them together. We are attached. We are a pair and we are working as hard towards the same thing. And there's this idea, I think, in society of I can do it all on my own.
Yeah.
And there's this desire in society to do it all on my own. And if one oxen could do it all on their own, they wouldn't need to be equally yoked to another oxen. I'm not calling you an oxen, by the way. I'm just using this analogy. And there's things going on.
I wouldn't take that as as offense. I mean, they're pretty beastly little animals.
You are a bit of I don't know if you're an oxen. You're a calf at least, steer. But you know what I mean. It's not that you can't do it all on your own. I can't do it all on my own. But we are equally yoked in that we can do it together. And it doesn't mean that you're over there painting it, and you could paint. I'm certain of it. You could paint the rooms and the trim and refinish and do all the things. You certainly could. It would probably take you longer. Mm-hmm. Might not be as nice. Yeah. You'd get way more paint everywhere.
For sure. All of that. All of that's true.
On other things and yourself.
Oh, yeah. I'd look like I rolled around in it.
But you could do it. But how much better is it to have a partner that can help you do the things that you want to do?
Oh, it's so much better. And I love that you can do those things and then I can do the other stuff. Like we can be working towards the same goal on opposite tasks.
Which is how we work best. But which was also the only real problem we had Friday and Saturday, because we worked Friday, we worked all day Friday, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. Mm-hmm. It was Friday and Saturday, you didn't have nearly enough Becca things to do.
No. No.
Sunday came around and you got to do some Becca things and made it a little bit better.
Yeah. And I like working by myself, and I like having things that move projects along.
I think that's part of you like to be doing things. You wanted, like, there was one point, I think Saturday, I was wrapping up for the day. I was like, are you sad it's not done yet?
Yes.
You just want it to be done. Like, I was like, I'm about wrapping this up. And you're like, oh, what do you mean?
But my ADHD would also keep me working until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And I do appreciate the fact that you usually have a cutoff and you're good.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to get to work. And,
I am a motherfucker. We're going. We're going till it's done. And that's, I need more than, now I like that I have that ability to, hey, if we're committing 20 hours to this, let's go. Yeah. Like, I want this shit done. I don't want to have to come back to it.
On the other half is usually at the end of the day, I'm like, all right, I'm done. You're like, I'm right behind you. And then 2 hours later, you're pulling.
That's me being right behind you. Our work looks different. And I think that we can appreciate that our work looks different, and we can appreciate the person for what they put in.
Yeah. And I think we appreciate in the other, not to, start throwing out relationship advice or whatever. This is just our life. And we're talking about it because this, whatever.
It's our fucking podcast.
It's our fucking podcast. We're going to talk about our life. I assume that's why you're listening. Yeah. If you're a dude and you're looking at your wife or your fiance or your partner, your girlfriend, whatever, and there's a part of you that is just like, man, she does it all. She's got the house and she's got the kids and she's handling soccer practices and cooking dinner. Maybe you want to take a step back and shift some of that appreciation and realize that if she can do it all, she don't need you. You know what I mean? And vice versa. And I think we see a lot less of that in society, where there's the guy doing it all, and there's a lot more of this, feminism has gotten a little bigger, and it's allowed men to take a step back and not even take a step back from being an equal partner, take a step back from doing it all. But then we've propped up, like, she does everything with kids. I don't know who their doctors are, who the teachers are. Like, she does it all. Dude, I'm telling you, if she's doing it all and she don't need you, then she don't need you. And that's a short road for you. So you need to figure out what it is you're really bringing to the table outside of a paycheck, because I'm going to tell you something, she's going to get a little bit of that when she finally decides she's doing it all on her own.
Well, not to go too far in this, but that was one of, my biggest problems, my biggest issues in, my previous relationship was I basically referred to my boyfriend as my girlfriend. He was not capable of anything. I had to be both. Now, I'm going to say this. He's a very nice person. Very nice, wonderful.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a G.
Great. So not to shit on him.
No.
But I was very frustrated with that, because it's like, if I'm having to do all that, I don't want to have to deal with another person's feelings or their bullshit. Like, I don't want to. Now, he never gave me shit. We lived very we lived a life together, but very separately, which again led to all sorts of issues and things. But, you know, it's it doesn't allow a woman to be in her, oh, what the fuck they call it now, like your soft era, your feminine era, like where our strengths, I think, really are.
Feminine energy. I mean, yeah. No. We're talking about feminine energy and masculine energy, and that there is a role for both of them, and we're not talking about like breaking down typical gender roles. Like I do a bunch of dishes and cook food and clean the house, and that's my thing. One, I enjoy doing it. It gives me something to do. I get anxious. I want to be doing something. Mm-hmm. And so it makes me feel better to do it. But it was funny, like Friday morning or whatever, getting ready to go. And I was like, hey, do you want to go get the paint? And you're like, no, you go get the paint. You go to the hardware store. You do the paint things. That's a man's job.
But I have my entire life in all past relationships and everything, I've had to do both of those things. Yeah, and even when I dated very masculine men, like it's still my hyper independence and the fact that I was relying on myself. And
are you way less independent now?
I'm still very independent, but I can rely on you to carry some of that weight and to do those things. And that has always been very, very important to me, is to be able to have someone that I can rely on to do shit. I don't want to have to do everything. I can do a lot. I don't want to. And if I feel like I have to, well, then why the fuck am I talking to you? Like, if I am paying for shit and doing the shit, why the fuck am I worried about what you want for dinner or what you got going on? Like, that's more energy that I don't need to waste. Yeah.
Now, if I work all day and I say, hey, you're in charge of dinner and this is what I want, you're like, absolutely. Nothing makes you happier.
Nothing makes me happier. Yeah, good. Tell me what you want.
But you protect that and you say it amusingly, like, that's man's work. I ain't doing it. Like, if we're lifting and moving heavy things, you are not jumping in. Like, if there's a pile of bricks that need to be moved, you go, that's man's work. Now, you can lift a brick and you can move the pile all by yourself.
Yep, you've seen me do lots of things.
Go, that's man's work.
Yeah, and doing it. And there are times, when you guys are doing stuff and,
You love brush removal.
I do.
But you're not cutting up trees.
No, absolutely not. I believe that's man's work. That's what you should be doing. And I am there to help. But, like, I don't need to prove my strength or what I can do. I can do a lot without you around. There's lots of shit that happens.
You start a lot of projects without me.
But when there's man stuff and men need doing men stuff, do it. I don't need to go, look at me. I'm so strong. I can do it. I'm your partner. No. You're a strong, capable man. You do that thing.
I asked if you wanted to help out by saying to that vanity, and you're like, no. And you didn't have anything to do. And you've sanded plenty of things. Mm-hmm. You know how the sander works.
I do.
But you're like, that seems
sounds
like this is in your task list.
Yep. Sure enough. But I do protect my energy in that too, that I'm not taking on more stuff that I feel like you should be doing. Or I know that you will do better.
Yeah. But I think so many people get wrapped up in just doing it all constantly. And they fall into, it has to be done. And I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to adjust things. I don't want to ask for it. And then you just keep running down that road. Mm-hmm. Look up, you realize you're doing it all by yourself. You don't need anybody. You look up, realize that they're doing it all by themselves. They don't really need you. That road isn't much longer.
It doesn't lead to a happy place.
It's just not that much longer. It builds resentment and all sorts of nasty things.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've definitely been on the other side of that and gotten resentful or angry and,
Listen, I worked 80 hours a week and still vacuumed the floor because no one else was doing it.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing nothing.
Yeah. No.
Like, come on.
No.
Why am I cleaning the house?
That shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
But that's not, and we're not saying like this is beyond gender roles. It's just this conversation of if the other person is doing it all and they don't need you, or you feel like you don't need them because you're doing it all and you can do it all on your own. That's a short road. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want that road to end, you have to acknowledge it and stop it.
Yeah.
And be partners and be equally yoked and start pulling the plow in the same direction, because you can't do it all on your own. You're not meant to go through life doing it all on your own. Humans are meant to be connected.
We are meant to be in relationships, friendships, relationships, partnerships. We are meant to have a community. And when we isolate ourselves and get lonely, we become really nasty individuals.
Yeah, I mean, you're horrible to people around you. You're horrible to people not around you. You're horrible to everybody that you can be horrible to, and you're horrible to yourself.
Yeah, it's not a good place. It's not where we're meant to live.
I mean, and you know, you see these people, and you see them online, you see them in person, you meet them, like, oh, you're kind of a miserable person. Well, they're probably a miserable person because they're living in misery.
And I think that shows up a lot too when you mention online. You see people that stir shit up, that are just constantly stirring. I think that they are lonely, sad individuals. I'm not saying like, oh, you're like a shit person, but like I think that there is a lot of sadness there. And that makes me sad for them. But like it also makes me not want to be around you. Like and you know, they'll bring it, you know, I'm just trying to start conversation, or I'm just trying to do, no, you're lighting a dumpster fire and you want to be entertained by chaos. And back to the gender roles.
Part of it is there's in such need of connection. Poor connection is easier to find.
Yes, I agree with that. And I will say I find it appalling when I see men act like that, because I think that men should be facilitators of peace and safety and calm. And that is a space in which women can be soft and have growth and feel secure to show up. So when I see guys do that in particular, it is really like, and if they have a significant other, I mean, I am like, God, I feel sorry for them, because this is how this motherfucker is showing up in the world. This is how he is presenting himself to people. I cannot imagine being in a relationship with somebody like that. Yeah, I guess that's kind of just
on the other person stirring it up too, and that's their equality and yokedness.
And maybe
which
that's
is not the same as equality and wokeness.
And maybe that's where they come together and meet, and that's their most common ground. And,
seems like shaky ground to me.
It is. It is. I guess we've seen a lot of that, with especially online here with all the snowgeddon stuff and ice, and there's been a lot of
the ice in Nashville, to be specific. The precipitation and accumulation of frozen water.
Yeah. It's something that's definitely been on my brain. And as we go through all this, we have our next 20-something days are going to be busy than a motherfucker.
26 days.
26, yeah.
But you know what? We're so much farther ahead now. I've got one big project. I got a flooring project to do. And that's kind of it. I got to hang some fixtures. You know, I'm labor, you're lunch.
I know.
That's how we divide it up in this house.
Yeah. And I'm all right with that.
Which
I have ordered all the things.
This is the best thing. Listen, I'm going to talk to the people. The absolute best thing about working over at the farm is that there is no one on earth that will shame Miss Jones into making me coffee quicker than Mrs. Jones, her mother. Like, all you got to do is mention coffee and she will quip, you ain't made him no coffee yet? And I don't know if it's like just a bygone era where men worked out in the fields and they came to the house at lunchtime and just there was the automatic, like, you got to make the man coffee at the end of the day. But it is, you ain't make him any coffee? You got to get him some coffee. And I'll just be like, yeah, I mean, coffee would be great. Instantly, without saying a word, Miss Jones is making coffee and bringing me a coffee cup. And it is amazing.
Yeah,
it is my favorite thing by far. And I don't even need coffee. Like, I've had a pot of coffee already, but I'm going to get that. I'm going to get another cup of coffee just for fun.
I just love watching me be like...
You can't say no to your mother?
No.
You're not going to argue with her that I don't need coffee?
I'm not.
Or I can make my own coffee?
That
ain't going to happen. She's busy making your dad lunch.
It is rare you will see me not turn down an opportunity to argue with somebody.
Not your mother. Not about making coffee, you won't.
Nope.
You're just going to make the coffee. And you're doing stuff. I know it.
Oh, I'm so fucking annoyed.
You've got Becca things to do. You don't want to stop and make me coffee.
So annoyed. But that's fine. That's fine. I just did, but I was like looking at you like, you fucking motherfucker. I'm gonna take this boiling water and I'm gonna throw it in your face.
Yeah. Well, that's because you didn't make me lunch the day before. She almost made me lunch. I wish I had something gluten free over here. We can make something for lunch. Yeah, you didn't bring me no lunch. Made that coffee though, didn't you? Delightful. It is.
enjoy.
But this is, I think one of the fortunate things about doing what we do and putting on the events we do is because it is a stark reminder. I mean, I've got no idea. You asked me last night. You're like, what would you do if I wasn't? I was like, I don't know, because so much of our life is together, and I don't know that our events work without both of us.
They don't.
It just doesn't, and it's I know you can handle the arch of signups and do the check-ins and do all the stuff and clear the trails, but can you really do it all on your own?
I would not have
Big Al's maybe.
Big Al's too, for sure. I can do that. I prefer.
You prefer to do Big Al's on your own.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's just. I mean, that's
sometimes I try to help.
Yeah, and then you want to give me input, and nope.
But the John things are John things.
Yes, Becca things are Becca things. But no, I mean, I wouldn't have the energy to blow the whistle and do the things from my side. And you and I have talked about this. Like, the roles we thought we would take on when we started all this are complete
opposite.
Because
I'm much more aligned to neat and orderly and behind the scenes and spreadsheets and checklists and going down the road and getting everything lined up and set and organized and perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You are much more the face of us. You're BMFJ. You got a snakeskin gold fanny pack running through the mountains with the red hair. Before people had personal brands, you had one. You're it.
Yeah. I very much enjoy being in the background and making the things work and putting the things into place to help facilitate success. I really enjoy helping facilitate success. And I will say I have been, there are a few areas I've fallen short on, like communication or getting things done. And, I need to get back on that. But yeah, I can't imagine us doing what we do alone.
No.
Is that it?
No.
Oh, you just tapered off. You didn't have anything else?
No, I'm just very grateful that we get to do it together and we get to see equal partner in all of it. And even with, this move is, I've got the labor projects to do, but when it comes to picking out curtains and decorating and arranging furniture, like that's not interested in doing that.
That's fair. You're not. But I am interested in creating a space that when you're done with those things, you can sit down and enjoy and feel at home.
But again, so this is part of the thing. This is, if they can do it all on their own, they don't need you. This is, I've made my needs clear to you. Like we had the conversation a few weeks ago. This is what I need. February 28th. This is what I need to be safe and secure and comfortable and be home, quote unquote home, because this is going to be our home. It's been your home before. It is now going to be my home as well. This is what I need that evening. And you are very much going, I can do that for you. You will have that.
Yep.
And that's the communication of, you can't do that piece all on your own. You can't magically figure out everything that I need and where I need it and what order of things I need. You can't figure that out on your own. You can put it together when I give you the information. Like, hey, I need to be able to sit in my chair. I need to be able to go to bed. I need to be able to wake up in the morning and drink coffee. I need space to do all that.
And that's it.
That feels home.
I can do that.
Boom. And I trust that you will do that thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not asking you to move the chair to pick it up and put it on a truck and take it off the truck and put it inside.
No, you're going to do all that.
But I know that you'll know where it needs to go.
I'll make sure that the stuff is out of the house. I've been working on getting the stuff moved upstairs. I still need to do the other room so that I can move our shit there. I also reorganized a bunch of stuff in storage. And I think that that's kind of been one of the things too. I've not got a lot done at the house. I've gotten some, but not enough. But there's so many other places that things have to be organized and done in order to be able to move our stuff to a place and then be able to go from there, which is something I didn't really think about until like I opened storage or I went upstairs at my parents' house and looked and I was like, oh my fucking God. And if you've not seen the upstairs up there, we're like crawling over stuff and having to weave in and out. And I've basically had to organize 3 decades worth of shit and sort it and separate it so that then those things later can then be sorted and then we can have a place to put our stuff that will still need to be moved and sorted, because I would like to not pack storage full of stuff, because I would eventually like to get that emptied. But it's been like organizing chaos to then move more chaos to it so that we can create a space of peace and serenity. And I was thinking about it last night. I haven't lived at my parents' house since I was pregnant with Allie, and after she was just born, so almost 17 years. And it's going to be weird to be back in our lack of privacy and small space and dealing and all that. It's going to be an interesting journey. I'm going to say that.
Gosh, it sounds like you might have a hard time with the adjustment that I'm going to.
I will probably have a harder time than you will.
What challenges do you think will come up? Because this is the other part of it is, we had this conversation just the other day. We were like, hey, this is what's going on. Like, it might pull that cord or that string where we have a problem in this other area. So yeah, we're doing this is a really wonderful thing. It's a really big blessing. We're very fortunate. Mm-hmm. This is the future. But hey, this comes with some pitfalls and traps. And if we know what those things are, they're much easier to navigate.
Yeah. I can't stand constant interaction.
No, that's fair.
I can't.
From anyone, me included.
Yeah. And it's nothing against anyone. Like, I have to have space where people don't fucking bother me. And I don't mean it like me, where I realized, especially after I left the restaurant industry and stopped having to constantly communicate with people throughout the day, like, it's a really big tax on me. And it is for, I think, a lot of people.
No, it is. And it's just odd that both of our lives and jobs require interaction with other people.
Yeah. But, mostly with my cleaning, aside from a few houses, like, I make sure no one's home. And I have built a life around, I can avoid interaction and I can turn that off. And I love my parents, and I'm very grateful for every conversation, because there will come a day where we can't.
Okay. Yeah. But in that, the trap would be to have like a fallacy of, I have to be really grateful because this might not happen one day, so I can't be irritated when it does happen. But you need to know that it's probably okay that it's going to happen. And if you don't know that it's something to be navigated, you're not going to be able to navigate it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be hard. I mean, no one like walking through the kitchen, like there's just constant interaction and questions and things, and
come around and hop through the window.
But
you're never leaving the living room, though. There's a good chance of that.
But like, I know that that's going to be one of the challenges for me.
Yeah.
Because I like to just do what I'm doing and be left alone, which is crazy for how social I am. When I'm doing, I do not want to be talked to.
But I think that's part of the ADHD aspect of your mind working.
Yeah, when I am in that hyper focus state and doing it,
even if your hyper focus is not moving, if it's just sitting doing something, like, you don't want interaction.
Oh no, it's blind rage sometimes, and like, it's funny, like, you can see some of these like reels and stuff. Yeah, it is. It's blind fucking rage. And then I feel guilty that I can feel my heartbeat in my neck rage. And I'm trying to interact and be pleasurable. And all I want to say is, if I wanted to talk to you, I'd fucking talk to you. But I don't. Like, I want to say, do you see me doing something? Do you see me going to that point? Don't talk to me. But I don't.
You say that to me.
Sometimes. But you have also learned to ask, like, hey, are you in a place to talk right now? And I say, let me finish these 3 sentences, or let me finish what I'm doing.
Coffee around your mother. That don't matter what you're doing.
But I said, let me finish this and get to a point, and then I can. Because if you stop me in that, literally, it's like, like, I understand the people on Snapped. And I also understand that in society and interactions with people, especially people we care about, we can't act like that. So in my brain, while someone's trying to talk to me, I'm going, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. If you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to stab you in the neck. And I'm trying to engage and hear what they have to say. And I can't. I have a hard time over the internal voice.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I think all of it is going to just expedite the brush removal process.
Oh, God.
You're going to remove so much brush this spring.
There's so much, though, now. with all the trees and
That'll
things
be all
down.
right.
Oh God, 3 Springs is, I could have cried.
It'll be fine. But again,
what do you
this
think's
is
gonna come up for
is
you?
the difference between our energies in this, because you always have this response, right? And I always go, it'll be all right. And then what happens? I take care of it and it's all right. Do you remember when the giant tree fell on the Mid-State Trail on Friday?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you panicked and went, we're going to have to do this, we're going to have to do that. And I went, it'll be all right.
Yeah, but now all those limbs are still laying over there.
Yeah, but we didn't have to get a new trail. It wasn't an overwhelming obstacle that we couldn't overcome in the moment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So 3 Springs will be all right. I know that you want to pull all of the sticks out of the woods, so it's just leaves and trees, but some of that's good for the environment. It's home for squirrels and chipmunks and birds.
Some of it.
There are certain things. It's a natural area. It'll be all right.
I like it to be aesthetically pleasing.
Sticks are supposed to be in the woods.
No, not brush. Not brush. There's a difference between sticks and brush. And we will have different opinions on that, and that is fine. It's okay.
I'll get you a wood chipper and just chip them all out.
I want a wood mulcher so bad.
She's going to put me in the wood mulcher one day, guys.
That would, like, a wood chipper.
As soon as, listen, I need everybody to know, as soon as she gets a wood chipper, like, look out for me. Threat level red.
So you look at, like, cars and stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and I get so excited looking at wood chippers. Like, that is...
I look at bulldozers, too.
Yeah, those are cool. I want to be able to handle the brush. And you know what? It makes mulch, and it's so good for gardening and all those things, so I could have so many more plants to kill. It's multi-use for me. Again, it's my journey.
Put a wood chipper on your dream board, and we'll find a line item in the budget, and we'll start.
Some women want a new car or a Louis Vuitton bag. I'm like, no, baby, just give me a wood chipper. That's all I need. Wood chipper.
All right.
What do you think's going to come up for you? Because I think we just talked about what's going to come up for me for about 6 minutes.
I honestly think it'll just. I think as long as I have a space that feels like mine, I'll be all right. Like it'll be okay. Like I'm not super worried about navigating anything big. As long as I have my own personal space and a bedroom, a bathroom, and a place to sit and watch TV. Like I'm gonna be all right. I'm fairly adaptable. Like it doesn't take me a long time to settle in. The most difficult thing is just going to be being farther away from the park.
Yeah,
is probably going to be what's hardest for me. Fortunately, I pass right by that park about 4 times a week.
Yeah,
so it's not going to change my running schedule that much. Like I can hit it on the way to work or hit it on the way back from work, and so it makes the day a little bit longer just because the commute's longer.
Yeah, it is
not the biggest problem. The biggest problem we're going to have is being over a mile away from a grocery store. It's going to be our biggest problem.
Yeah. 2 Publixes within a mile and a half, 2 Krogers within a mile and a half, 2 miles. Everything is right there. The park is 2 miles away. The Greenway is a mile. Everything is right there. Yeah. Our lives have been built around that. And
I've never lived in the country. I've lived in a small town that was in the middle of the country, but it was still town.
Well, Timberland Park's a mile away. I know it's not Percy for you.
It's not. It'll never be Percy for me.
I know, but...
Speaking of which, we're going to get the ultra running portion of the show. There's a new race in Nashville. PK half marathon, and 6 miler.
I saw that.
In March, the end of March.
Yeah, I saw that.
In our very own Percy Warner Park.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest, not a fan.
Really?
Not a fan.
Why is that?
I don't know. There's a really good ultra series going on in March anyway. That's been going on for a long time. Mm-hmm. And not that I'm trying to discourage events or running. That's not what I'm trying to do. But it seems like right on top of something else for me. And then I don't know. I think most of the races we run are more state park, wilderness area, type of national park stuff. And so this isn't a metro park, which I don't know. Maybe if it was in May or something, I'd feel better about it. But it seems just like, oh, kind of throwing that out there all of a sudden. I mean, it got announced today, and it's in a month.
Yeah. Well, and
4
the park's
weeks.
closed right now due to all the.
Yeah, so I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, and it was announced through Ultra sign up, and I will say some of the comments on there were not exactly.
Oh, I'm excited to read those. I haven't read any comments. I just saw it on the Instagrams.
Well, and I think that was probably already a pre-programmed post by Ultra sign up because Ultra sign did not seem to realize that the park was closed.
Could be.
There was a comment on there from one of the Ultra sign up people. Really? Something.
Yeah, and
something
I'm not against Ultra sign
effect.
up either. Like I'm not opposed to any of these things. It just gives me a little pause. And I've ran a 50K in that park before, more than once.
Sucks dicks.
Yeah, it's a good time. I'll get, maybe I'll run a 50K that day. That's the weird thing about it is because this park is extraordinarily busy.
Yes.
On Saturday, everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know quite what that's going to be. And most races are on public trails and people are out there publicly while you're running. But it's nowhere near the volume of people that Percy has on any given day, any given Saturday. I mean, there are groups, you run out there on Saturday morning or in the trails. There are groups of 10, 20 people that hike that trail as a group every Saturday morning. And they've been doing it for years,
It'll be interesting to see what the public feedback on that is.
It will be. And, it's not the only race in the park. The Monkey's been going on for
but that's
forever in a day. It's on the road loop. It's a very large event. It is a road marathon. And so it has a bit of a different feel to it. I've never been out there while that race was going on. I think everybody just kind of knows the Monkey's going on. So you don't go out there that day.
Yeah. No, the Monkey has a good feel but it's all on the road and the roads aren't busy.
And they're roads.
Yeah.
It's a wide road.
But the trails have
single track. And they're busy. Which is why, not to bring it all the way back around, the busyness of that park is why we have a race to begin with. Because we used to run out there all the time. You used to run out there all the time. And then the park got really busy and you're like, I ain't messing with all of these people.
No.
And so we started running out the mile, or out the farm, and it became a mile. Now we have a race.
To avoid all the people.
Now there's a race in Percy.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Which, I gotta stop saying that way. I love Percy. I feel like I kind of shit on it sometimes, but it has been.
You do.
It's just not what it was when I first started. I've watched the change and just the overrun with people who just don't give a fuck or listen to rules. And listen, I'm not a big rule follower for sure, but there are in public spaces that you have to share with large amounts of people. I believe that's where you should be a rule follower. You should keep your dog on a leash. You should not run on the trails that you share, that horses run, that say you're not supposed to run on them.
Yeah.
I believe in following those rules when we have to share those.
You should certainly not run with your dog off leash on the horse trail.
And we see it all the time. And it's the blatant disrespect and disregard for other people is so infuriating to me that I can't do it. It sucks all the joy from me. And it doesn't bring me joy to run there. It brings me frustration and anger and just disappointment in humanity and watching how people interact and how selfish. That's the thing, is just how fucking selfish and self-centered people can be. And it is a blatant reminder of that, and that they only care about what they want and what they're doing. And I would just rather not be around it. It really drains my joy. And
So you're not going to sign up for the race is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
No. But after you and I were running over there the other day and left, and there were these two huge ass coyotes that were running around over at over on the cross country course. And it's like, this is another reason why your dog should be on a leash.
Yeah, probably.
These things are over here, and they're picking off people's dogs. I can't tell you how many posts I see. Oh, my dog ran off, and they're asking for help to find their dog.
Once a week.
Once, sometimes twice. And it's like,
why did your dog run off? Was it not on a leash? That seemed easily preventable.
100%.
Maybe put your dog on a leash.
And
I won't say hi or smile at people with dogs off leash.
I won't either.
I won't. Last time I think I was run over there. Not the last time, but the last time I think I ran a trailer over there. There was these two dudes with 4 giant golden retrievers or labs or whatever, like taking up the whole trail coming up as I was coming down around the corner. And I just stopped. I stopped off trail. There was no room for me. I was just standing there and he's like, I'm sorry I ruined your run. It's like, dogs are supposed to be on a leash, man.
But those coyotes are hanging around. And in that, it was daytime public space.
It was really weird.
Because there's a food source.
Your little teacup poodle is the food source.
Yep. I grew up in the country, shared a lot of space with wild animals. And they will only hang around and be around people and in a space like that when there is something for them. And that is, one, I hate to see that because the park and the people will turn on the coyotes, and the coyotes are just doing what they're doing.
They're just doing coyote things?
Yep.
It's, you know what? It's not a dog park. It's a coyote park. It's a human park.
And I see people post like, oh, the bobcats or the coyotes.
Yeah, that's where they live. It's okay.
Yep, that's their home. That's their home.
You know what? There's rattlesnakes out there too. It's fine.
But I don't want to see those animals captured or relocated because they become a nuisance animal. And we're not going to go down this, but this is one of my big things with people in parks and sharing those spaces with wild animals and even feeding wildlife and doing things, because animals then become a nuisance, and then those animals need to be removed according to people. And it's like, no, you made them that way. You made them accustomed. This is their home. And if you follow the rules and respect them and don't provide them with easy food sources and do things, then these animals don't get sick. They don't congregate in areas that they wouldn't normally congregate, and they don't become a nuisance, and they don't attract.
All right. Well, I think that's just good advice for everybody is to whatever situation you're in, whether it's a new move or going to the park, don't become a nuisance. Don't provide them with food, and everything will be all right. Yeah. If you respect your place and respect theirs, everybody will cohabitate just peacefully. And I think that's a great thing to keep in mind as we make our move out to the farm.
Sorry, that elevated my.
Nah, that's wonderful. Listen, I think that's enough for today. We've had a lot of good talks, a lot of good topics. We appreciate you all coming along on this little conversation we're having each week here on the Ultra Crude podcast. Hey, if you think this nonsense is something somebody else wants to listen to, you know how to do the things. Share it, send it, review it, follow it. Anything else, Jones?
Pick it, like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Listen, thanks, everybody. See you next time.